I never really chose to become an artist. I just went with the flow in a way. I never had to think about what I would want to be when I grew up. It just happened, and it was a dynamic process. And I started actually working with video works, which I still do to some extent, but there was a turning point just a few years ago when I started missing the materiality and the physicality of stuff. And there is something with sculpture that I don't get from video, because with sculpture there is a body of material that you always have to relate to. And to some extent, when you're looking at a sculpture, you need to become a sculpture. It's a way of relating to the world around you, where you have to feel a different body with your own body. Transcorporality is a concept that is very important to me, because it describes how the human body is intertwined with its surroundings. And to me, that is a sign of the world outside of the human understanding of the world. And I think I am trying to grasp at that with my practice. When you come into my exhibition, you will meet sculptures of body parts from the tummy, mainly guts. And the tummy to me is a place where the concept of an autonomous entity is being put to question, because within the tummy we have millions of microorganisms, bacteria living, that actually can change how we experience the world. We can become depressed if our flora in our tummies are out of balance. So not only can the tummy and the bacteria that are living in it change how we experience the world, but it also dissolves other bodies. And as I'm interested in these borderlands where two bodies meet, this is a very physical place where two bodies actually intertwine. Where if I eat something and this body enters me, how do I draw a line between my own body and the foreign body? And to me that is such a it's this radical moment of democracy between different particles and molecules and material, because in a daily life, of course, we're gonna put our own materiality in a hierarchy where my molecules and atoms have a higher meaning than anything else, and that is how I use the world. Yeah, in the tummy, all of this is put to question, because everything is messy, everything is seeping into everything, and that place, that instance really fascinates me. So the wood that I've been using is rotten birch from Åland, where I'm brought up. And you can still see the fungus and the holes that insects have made in it. And working with it also puts to question the authority of the artist. As I see the process as kind of a dynamic process where the material itself also decides the shape of or the form it's going to take. Because I can have like an original idea of like, I want to make this shape in this wood, but then it might be too brittle, or there might be too many holes done by insects, or I might find like the green mycelia of a certain fungus that I want to like include in the work. So it becomes like this dialogue between me and the material. And if you go close to the sculptures, you can also see this rot as like this marbled effect in the wood, and you can see the green shades of the mycelia of a fungus, and at some you can also see like holes made of insects and such. And to me it's also important to kind of think of these works as also changing over time, that they are not fixed, they are not absolute, they are like dissolving slowly, at least like theoretically. And I think that this exhibition also deals a lot with this, like dissolvement and death, because death is also like the foundation of life. As with the hay and the tar, materials that are dead or withered but still digested and used to protect materials from outer forces.